Greetings, you find me here sitting in the driver's seat of my Focus RS in my driveway, and that is because I have just got back from getting the car. I have just picked the car up from Trust Ford, and the reason why it was at Trust Ford is because I had an oil leak. Specifically, I had an oil leak coming from the PTU. So this oil leak, it wasn't a major thing. In fact, I only happened to notice it because I was getting under the car for a different reason. Took the under tray off, and of course the PTU is just right there, and it wasn't like leaking loads, it was just a very slow leak, but annoying nonetheless. Of course, I'd heard of the PTU leak as an issue, and having done a little bit of research, it was quite easy to find that Ford themselves had discovered a seal design issue, and they had actually issued a service bulletin to dealers saying that there's an issue with this, and if there's a leak, then replace it with this new upgraded seal pack, but don't do anything unless there is a leak. So basically, don't do anything preventative, only fix it if it happens. So then, knowing all this, I got the car booked into Trust Ford, specifically Trust Ford in Knockmore, and took it in and left it with them. It was with them for a few days because they had to, well, diagnose the issue. I did go to the bother of telling them exactly what the issue was, including the part numbers that were required. I even gave them the number of the service bulletin so they could look that up. So as far as the diagnostic goes, it would have taken them like 5 minutes just to open up the under tray, go, oh, yep, there, I see it. Indeed, that is the case. So then they had to, of course, order the parts in and then do the actual fitting of the parts. So that's why it took a few days. But yeah, got the car back. Everything is all good, and the seal actually looks different. It looks, well, I mean, it's brand new, obviously, but yeah, I'll throw up a little picture here of what it looks like now versus what it looked like before whenever it was leaking. Alright then, I am under the car right now, so at this point I will flash up the before shots, so a couple of pics from when the PTU was leaking. So as you can see, there is the oil. It's sort of a black looking oil, which I guess it was black because it's quite dirty, as Ford mentioned, but yeah, slowly leaking out of the seal, the driver's side seal, not leaking out loads and loads, but definitely leaking. And now, if I get up in here, you can see right there the brand new seal. So it's looking great, it's looking brand new, it's looking nice, and obviously it's not leaking anymore, and that is after about a couple hundred miles of driving it since getting the new seal put on. So great job, very happy. Obviously my car is out of warranty now, so of course I had to pay for this, but it wasn't too terrible. I mean, I have the receipt here, so blah blah blah. Replaced driver's side drive shaft inner seal and O-ring refilled with oil. So they also phoned me to say that the oil in the PTU was like dirty, which was to be expected. In fact, I had been chatting with one of my mates about how, you know, the PTU oil should really be replaced around now. You know, I wanted them to replace the oil anyway. I wanted to get that done whether I had this issue or not. So the fact that they said that they were going to do it, I was totally cool with. So yeah, washer guide, seal, kit, power takeoff, oil, hypoid. So yeah, came to, like, before VAT, £247, which really not that ridiculous. I was happy enough just to get it done and get it fixed so that I could go out and continue enjoying my RS. But yes, that is the story of what has been happening with the RS, a little bit of an update. Now that I have it back, you've probably noticed that I'm wearing gloves, and that is because although I am very sure that Trust Ford have very strict and stringent hygiene COVID protocols, I actually don't really know exactly what those protocols are, and I don't know who has been in here, who's been touching what, why it has been in at Trust Ford. The last couple of times that I had service at Trust Ford, albeit at a different Trust Ford, I got the car back and it had like a big plastic sheet on the seat and everything, so you could kind of tell that they had done stuff, but this time I didn't get any of that, so I'm really a wee bit unsure as to exactly what they did as far as hygiene and safety. With the world that we live in now at the moment, It's quite an important consideration. And so because of that, what I am doing right now, and the reason why I have the gloves on, is I am going to do some disinfecting of the interior of the car. This then is what I'm going to be using. This is the new multi-purpose cleaner and disinfectant from Turtle Wax, and I believe that they developed this in response to COVID, and it is a really quite an innovative product, as you would come to expect from Turtle Wax, being a really big innovator in the detailing game. So as you can see, there's 24-hour surface sanitizing action, kills over 99.9% of germs, kills cold and flu viruses, H1N1, influenza A, coronavirus, rotavirus, and norovirus. So general purpose, you can use it just for simple cleaning, but also you can use it to absolutely sanitize the inside of your car, which is awesome. So what I mean by innovation, and what Turtle Wax have done with this particular product, as far as innovation goes, they have really went back to the drawing board as far as what a disinfectant is and does. So if you think of other disinfectants out there, like household disinfectants that, you know, people might bring out from the household into their car and use it in there, they quite often will contain quite harsh chemicals. So things like bleaching agents and alcohols. Of course, those are very good at disinfecting things, of course, absolutely. I mean, I've used pure alcohol before. I've got some in my garage. It's a very handy thing, but they are not ideal, especially whenever you're talking about a car interior, because you can damage your interior with those chemicals, especially the likes of leather and Alcantara, for example. Alcohol is great for pretty much every surface, but if you get isopropyl alcohol on your leather, it will discolor it, which is obviously not ideal. This does not contain any bleaching agents, it does not contain any alcohol. They have created a disinfectant that kills coronavirus and all those other nasty viruses and bugs and everything that will not damage yourself, your body, and it will not damage your car. So that is how this is super innovative. They've really thought about this. They've really thought about you, your health, and the health of your interior. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this stuff is like so non-toxic versus other disinfectants out there that you actually don't even need to wear gloves to protect yourself from this. This is really just to protect myself from whoever has touched this and whatever else in here. So that is fantastic, and all you will need apart from the cleaner itself is a microfiber cloth. What we need to do very simply is spray it onto whatever surfaces we want to disinfect. We then leave it on the surface for up to 5 minutes or less. You scale up the amount of time that you leave this on the surface depending on how much disinfecting you feel that you need to do for that particular surface, up to 5 minutes. So before we do that, give it a shake up. The gear knob then, quite likely it's going to have been touched by everyone who was in the car quite a bit. So there we go. Just give it a really good covering, and then just literally I'm going to leave that for a good 5 minutes. And while I leave that to do its thing, I'm just going to spray everything. Woo! I know that they were in the glove box for sure, because that's where my locking wheel nut key is. So just spray all up around there too. Of course, around here. All right, excellent. So obviously it doesn't really come across on camera, but this actually smells really nice. It smells really clean, but without that chemically smell, because it doesn't contain the harsh chemicals that other disinfectants have. So that is great, and it means that once we're finished with this process, we are going to be left with a nice clean smell inside the car as well. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, so literally all we have to do is come along with our microfiber, wipe off any excess, wipe off any remaining residue, and that is literally it. So just have to go over all the surfaces that I just sprayed, remove the excess, and then we will be nice and disinfected. So there we have it then. The RS is nice and disinfected. We have it back. We're ready to do more RS content, which is great. And this product was super easy to use, super fast, and is going to do an excellent job at keeping us safe. So I hope you like that. And if you want to jump over to the Turtle Wax website and grab some products for yourself, make sure that you use code AdamRooney15. I'll flash that up on the screen and you will get 15% off. So I hope you like that, and I hope you like this little update video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe for more content to come very, very soon. Thank you once again. Goodbye.